Okay, I think we're live. Super snowy day today. I've got Gracie. Zeus is playing in the snow. You can see it's just coming down like crazy today. I'm supposed to get a lot of snow, something like 4 inches or something. No surprise based on how fast it's coming down. I've got Gracie with me, and a lot of people asked, how do you think Gracie would do in the same situation as Lena? And I think I only answered one of the comments, and essentially my answer was I actually think she'll do better. She might get pretty worried. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hold you in. You can look. It's okay. Go look. She might get pretty worried, but I think she'll come back to me faster. We've done quite a bit of work, her and I. I've done a bunch of stuff that I haven't released yet, and she's very she comes back reasonably quickly. She really doesn't looking for some kind of, she's playing with this towel that I put over top of the camera to bring it here because it's so snowy, so you can watch her. And so horses that are looking to stay with you, where you have enough draw that they're going to stick with you and not try to leave, try to get away, things like that, you can make a lot of progress with. It's just an amazing day. Check this out. This is what we're looking at today for weather. And actually, it looks a lot better, in my opinion, that way. We just got this beautiful, no, don't touch. Beautiful, beautiful scenery to work in today. I mean, I don't want the snow anymore, really, but it's nice. It's nice to look at, so. Watch out. We're both kind of soaking wet because it's coming down so fast, you might as well just be in a torrential rainfall. So today's work is going to be, and I figured I'd just do it live so you guys can see. There's no editing, there's no cutting things out. Everything bad that happens is going to be here. Everything good that happens is going to be here. First thing I'm going to do is tighten her halter. It's a little loose. Quickly talking about haltering. Whoops, my eyeballs are cut off. And for any comments, I'm a little far back, so it's hard for me to read the comments. I promise I'll get to them pretty soon. Anyways, in regards to haltering, it's really important. What are you doing? She's just creeping towards the camera. You see how far ahead of me she is? But she's very much with me. When it comes to haltering, you really want to be gentle and careful with your horses as much as you can. And I learned a lot about this from quite a while ago when I used to pay a lot of attention to Buck Brenneman. And he's got a series of DVDs out there and stuff. And you don't know how important it is until the day comes when you've got a really super sensitive horse. And you start to realize that they're all like that. They're all sensitive. Just some of them become really dull to sort of what might be referred to as rough behavior, I guess, or, sort of insensitive, and in some cases disrespectful to the horse. And one of the, things that he says, when you put a halter on, you gotta teach them to have their head low. Here, I'll back her up so you can see. Come on, back up. So if I don't want her head up here, this is much higher than me, I would like to have her head down, and she should be okay with this. And that way, when you're messing around with a halter, you're not just chucking it over top of their head, and you're not dragging it over top of their ears and scraping it up their nose and stuff. You're putting it on very carefully, like you would, you know, like you'd put a shoe on a sore foot, or, you know, a glove or something like that on a hand that's a bit cut up. You want to be nice. And so anyways, that's my spiel on halters. But when it comes to, you lift your head up a little? When it comes to tightening up her halter, I'm going to try to be pretty gentle. Now, she's not the best. She's not perfect with this stuff yet. If I go and play with the top of her head, she'll still try to evade. And we worked on that and worked on that and worked on that. And Roni's calling out, "Where's my girlfriend?" But she still, you know, gets pretty sensitive about that kind of stuff, and I'm okay with that. Whatever, you just keep going at it. But what I want to do for her is have this reasonably tight. You can see that it's quite loose. I mean, hopefully you can see that. Hopefully the image is pretty clear. It was last time. It looked good last time, so I expect it to be pretty good this time. And then also the other indication is kind of, I can fit my whole hand right through here. That's crazy. That's way too loose. So I'm going to start tightening it up. And the one thing when it comes to these rope halters is you're making a, you know, a hitch at the top here. And it's very easy to get their mane caught. And you'll make them pretty sore about being haltered. You'll make them really uncomfortable. They'll start to think, oh God, every time you do that, you catch my hairs and it hurts and it's uncomfortable. So especially for these super sensitive ones, you just sort of take your time until you get it. That's pretty good. This halter is just a tiny bit big for her. You know, it works well. It works for what she needs. It's not going to come off. It does come in under the jaw here quite nicely and sits over top of her nose. Pretty good. Hi. So when we start this groundwork stuff, this scary stuff, it's super important to do, in my opinion, to do two things. One, make sure that they feel comfortable and good. You know, so if she's being pretty evasive in little things like this, I might just bug her a bit. I'll play with her eyeballs and her nose, and she'll come in for scratches, and then I'll just keep asking for her to calm down and bring her head back down, and I'll scratch some more. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on that first a little bit back from the camera so you guys can see what I'm up to. I'm also going to take off my leather jacket because this is primarily to keep the water off. I'm under cover now, so I don't need it. I'm going to have on my soft fluffy sweater now. Horses love this sweater. What are you doing? So, Zeus is literally just sitting in the snow. I don't know if you guys can see him there. He's right there. Just sitting there. Just keeping an eye on things. Waiting for the mailman to show up or something. So, she's playing with this towel an awful lot, so I might use this today to work on her getting used to having things on her back and her neck and stuff like that. She's given it a lot of sniffs, so she says she doesn't really care. All right, what do you think? Should I rub it on you a little? I don't want to work with that yet. I'm not interested. I want to get her a little bit more with me, so we're just going to back up. Back up. There you go. Now come around. Okay. All right. Now I need to touch the top here. Okay. I know. Yeah. Come here. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Now, luckily, she's not shedding as much as Lena is, or I'd be just a big fur ball. But the goal here is just to get her started with the idea that I'm going to be touching her. You never know when you're going to have to sort of fix something. You know, they might hurt themselves, and you got to be able to touch them in all kinds of places. And you know, she's always been, right from the get-go. She was always, I mean, terrified. Couldn't get the halter on and off and stuff in the beginning. So I think that no matter, put your head down, 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 good girl. And she's always going to kind of have that a little bit in her, but over time it'll really fade. But that initial reaction might be there for quite a while, and it's not something that you really want to hammer home. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to leave her alone when she gets super soft. She's kept her head down. I've been rubbing the top of it, but she's going to be a little evasive. And how you react to that, and whether or not you have enough patience for that, is going to define the rest of your session. You know, till pretty soon, she'll be just like Luke. There, much better. Okay, so now we can get started. Today's a snowy day. I am wondering if we'll hear some snow coming off like we did with Lena, and how she's going to react to it. So my first thing to do from this point, because she's so calm in here, is to start up some groundwork, make sure that I have my directions going. I need to have go, stop, left turn, right turn. And then we can work on the front and back of the body. But right now I need to know that I can move her if I need to. If something does freak her out, I should be able to direct her, stop her, which essentially translates in the future when she's being ridden to, when she's freaking out, is to be able to do a one rein stop. So we'll be able to pull her nose, we'll be able to ask for her nose, and if we have to, we pull her nose over, and then her butt will come out of gear, kind of thing. But mostly she'll be able to listen to just light movements. So if I ask her to bring her head up, that's pretty good. If I ask her to bring her head down, that's pretty good. Nothing's getting, I mean, you can't really see it because we're too close to the camera, but I'll do this more. But this is what I'll be working on. So for anybody, if you're watching and you're wondering, what's he doing? This is what I'm doing. I'm trying to get her, I'm pretty sure Zeus is going to turn into a snowball. He's now lying down in the snow. Just a little ball of fluff. Crazy dog. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit with her, and then if anybody has any questions or thoughts, I'll get back to that here. We'll come over, we'll take a break, hang out with her, give her some scratches, you know, let her know she's a good girl, and then we'll get back to some more stuff, which includes using the tarp and maybe this towel that she keeps chewing on. We'll see. Take it as it goes. Okay, let's go, big girl. Come. Good. A little funky. Good luck. Okay, come on. Good. Go. Walk. Close in. Stop. Back up. Stop. Good. There. Good girl. You know, deep in here. It's a deep spot. Yeah. Come on. Sir, back up. down. Hey, back up. Back up. The other way. Turn. Come on, move. Here. Hey, come in. Come in. All right, you ready? Oh, I know. Yeah. That's don't worry. Okay, in spots. Go. It's just a turn. Turn. Go ahead. Come on. Well, stay away from me. All right, Hoppy Stevie, come on. Don't drag me this way. Come on. I know, it's a big deal. Let's go. Oh no. Good. Oh yeah. Okay, short break while she has to think about that. Got a bang on the walls. She's not happy with that. I'm not surprised. I don't think a single horse would be completely happy with somebody banging on a drum near them until they can get used to it. And this is her very first time of me doing that. So overall, I think she's reacted pretty good. I'm going to give it a little bit more. We're going to up the pressure a bit. She's stuck with me the whole time. She hasn't left. She hasn't made any rope burns on my hands. I don't need any gloves, you know, kind of thing. And there are cases, so I'm not making fun of people who use gloves. I think gloves are a great idea. They're a great safety idea. If you, and I've done it. I've got rope burn, not lately, but in the past, and it hurts. So once bit, twice shy kind of thing. But now I don't pressure them that much, and if I feel like the rope's going through pretty quick, a lot of times I'll either run to keep up or let the rope go. But in this case, she hasn't made me do that at all. She's been pretty worried, but she's sort of stuck with it. And, you know, she's been a good horsey. You've been a good horsey so far. So we're going to up the pressure a little bit. Let me just see if there's any emergency questions going on here. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for saying good morning. And hello. Okay, couple questions. I'll get to those in a little bit, don't worry. But we're going to up things up. We gotta, okay, let's address something really quickly. I had somebody say that it wasn't fair to Lena to bring her into a situation that would scare her. And while I completely understand the feeling, I really do. I understand how it may look like it's unfair. You know, you take the horse into a situation that they're not ready for. They're obviously scared. But every situation that you're with a horse with can be unfair. If you bring them into a controlled situation that you could take that pressure away at any moment, that's fair. That's something that I think is really fair to the horse, because you have the opportunity to help them through it. So I took all that time. I think it took an hour and a half to get her to come down to something normal. And I think that it's really important because there are going to be times when you can't take away the pressure. You'll be out on a road, you'll be on some trail somewhere, you'll be trying to get them into a trailer, there'll be some horse that's going nuts, there'll be some dog that's yapping or trying to bite your horse, or you know, it's windy or it's super rainy, or they're stuck in a place where maybe they're a little bit injured and they've got to pay attention to that. And all of the tools that I've practiced in more calmer situations have to prevail. What is it? Do you need another scratchy scratch? Have to prevail on those times when it's stressful, and you have to be able to test those times. So it's hard, and it's hard on the horse, and it's hard on the person. You know, I don't know how many other trainers talk about it, but it's hard. It's emotionally consuming sometimes. And you can be finished a session with a horse and just be utterly exhausted, and it might have only been 20 minutes. Anyways, she's literally got her feet or her head at my foot. I don't know if she'll move. I'm gonna leave my foot. See if I can lean. Look at that. That's what she looks like. Just chilling out, trying to be calm. So I'm gonna go to the other side. We're gonna do a little groundwork on the way there, and I'm gonna start playing. And we'll see where she gets to. We'll see how she responds to all this, and see if she stays with me or runs off, and I got to go with her. I'm always going to be looking to give her some reassurance and let her know it's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm just banging on the wall. Nothing to be worried about. So let's give it a go. Ready? Come on, big girl. Okay, how'd she go? And the other way. And the other way. I know, it's a big deal. Come on. Come on, you got to get through. That's a girl. Other way. Good girl. Okay, come here. You ready? Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Here, try again. You ready? Pay attention. Pay attention. Ready? Come here. Good girl. Oh, who's a good girl today? Yeah, that's a big deal. You did really well. Very proud. Very proud. Okay, new wall. Come. Next. Ready? Here we go. Wow. What was that? I know. Come here. Come here. Good girl. Yeah, that's freaky. That's the freaky stuff. Back up, back up, back up. You gotta have hope. Oh, even Zeus is going nuts. Okay, move your feet. Come on. Oh. Okay, come on. And that's the wrong side. Okay, to give you guys an explanation of what just happened, While banging on that side, the other side went. A lot of it, actually. So it's good practice. Let's keep going. Come on, big girl. Let's see. Let's go over here. Okay, you ready? It's gonna be freaky. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You're okay. Here we go. Pay attention. Come here. Oh yeah. Okay, new wall. That one doesn't have any snow left on. Ready? Here we go. You really managed that pretty good. Yeah. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Back up. Stay on that side this time. Don't make me steer you around. Hey. Don't go that way either. Whatever. Okay, come on. Come on. The other way. Okay, keep going, man. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Good. Go the other way. Good girl. Back up. Back up. Hey, YouTube is still running. Usually it crashes by now. Okay, so what are we at now? We're at banging on a bunch of walls. She's stuck with me throughout most of it. When the snow falls off one side and then the other, where we're not even at, and she's pretty sure something's going to come crashing through the wall or something and come eat her. That's pretty scary, but she still sticks with it. So far so good. So far I think she's done really well. We got to keep it up. I definitely don't think the last time we were doing this, somebody said, what's the sign of success? And to get her to where she is a lot calmer about it, it's sort of a feel. I don't know if there's an exact sort of set of rules that comes into play with this kind of stuff. Some snow is falling right over here. So she's wondering what that is. She's looking at me, so she's going to check with me too. I really want that. You really need the draw of what do you think kind of thing. And so we are now going to give it another go. And I'm going to stick with it a little more. So far, I haven't been able to freak her out enough that she's left. She's still stayed pretty drawn to the lead rope, which is good. If she was at liberty or, not tied to me through a rope, she'd probably be gone. She'd probably have left already. Jump the fence or something, maybe, I don't know. So we'll keep reassuring her and, get her to work that brain. Okay, let's go. Okay, which wall should we do? Which one? This one? Yeah, let's do it. Ready? crunchy over there. Okay, ready? Come here. Come here. They're open. Okay, here we go. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, one more walk. Do this one, not a big deal. Okay, ready? Ah, pretty good. Okay, move your feet. Move your feet. Move your feet. Back up. Good girl. Back up. Good. Back up. Back up. Wrong way. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back. You're going to get in trouble. Hey. Back up. More. 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 Hey. Back up. Hey. Fast. Move over. Not that far. Not that far. Wrong side. Yeah. Pick a side, and that's the wrong one. There you go. Okay, all right. Next up is Tarp Work. She's doing fine. Not as much snow has kind of fallen as I'd like, but it's coming down and she's sticking with me. Here's the theory on all of this stuff. When you're working with your horses and you're trying to get them to pay close attention to what you're doing and why you're doing it and stuff. More snow falling off here and there. There goes more snow. Yeah, it's starting to come down. How about that? You're really sticking with it. See, this is what I mean by I think that Gracie would do better than Lena. I think that she is inherently smarter. I don't know if I should say that, but I do. I think Gracie's super duper smart. And we've done enough work together, her and I, to where she's been pretty worried. I don't think I have it on video. No, I didn't have this time on video, but there was a time where she was so worried, her back feet got so stuck, she reared up. And, you know, she came back down and she's okay. And it's kind of, you know, some scary, freaky situations that she sort of feels like she's in. But in the end, she always comes back and down and calm and in. And if you watch the one where she's with Springer, she keeps her head pretty low. She's willing to be, I'd be very hesitant to call it submissive, but it's probably the closest word I can think of at the moment. To where she sort of gives up her feeling of safety to the other horse or person that she's with, to sort of take care of her and make sure she's going to be okay. So that's sort of the theory about all of this, that, you know, you provide enough direction, you provide enough security and reassurance and pet them. And so these patterns of petting, these patterns of, you're okay. So that's why I say good girl. If I'm about to do something, I'll ask her if she's ready. You're not always going to have that opportunity to ask if they're ready. Someone will just freak them out. But during the controlled situations, you can sort of establish a good pattern. Ready, ready. It's very ready kind of thing. And then good girl, good girl. And I learned that, or I picked that up really strongly from, and you guys should check him out, Sean over at Colorado Reinsman, works with Mustangs a lot. And his tone of voice was very, very consistent and calming. And I thought, I like that. I like that. I think I'm going to, so I'm happy to, tell you guys, all the things that I picked up. It's not necessarily going to be mine. I might modify it, but okay, let's see if there's any questions here. Come on, YouTube. There we go. Okay. She kicks her leg back. It's a good question. There goes some more snow. No problem. She looks. She checks with me. Yeah, it's all good. You're good. We're good. She can check it out. I'm okay with her checking it out as long as she comes back. She came back. Her leg kicking backwards. One of two things. One, her tail bugs her, or two, something in her hoof is bugging her. She didn't come with the best hooves. I've been constantly trying to rehab them, trying to get them to where they're going to be, solid, steady, strong. But her back feet still have a little bit going on that I'll talk about another time. I can't help but wonder if it's a little bit of that. But I think actually when she gets all wet and her tail sort of hangs low, she's always kind of had that kicking her tail off of her back legs a lot. So the theory is a lot about that. It's probably something like that. So I don't really worry about it outside of when she kicks the sand up and it hits the tarp or it hits the walls or something like that. And I certainly wouldn't want anybody behind her when she's acting irritated like that. It generally only happens when we're doing this groundwork. If she's just standing here, she'll never do it. So I don't worry about it too much in that regard. There is snow constantly sort of dripping and falling off in here, which is what she's sort of paying attention to, but not leaving and not escaping or something. She can hear it. But see, my litmus test is, no, well, she already straightened out before I even asked her. I've already got my hand ready, so she might have kind of already figured out that I'm going to ask her back. Okay, so yeah, good question. When you work on backing up Gracie after your pack, she's now backing up, she's kicking her back. Yeah, so does it mean anything? I'd like it to stop. I'm wondering if it'll stop. If I were to soak her tail every training session or something like that, would it irritate her? Would she just get past it? Is it her tail? Is it her feet? If I fix her feet, will it go away? I'm very curious about that. I know, there's snow falling right there. It's cool, right? It's all good there, big girl. Yeah. Okay, moving on, next question, and then we'll probably do some tarp work next. Lena seems calmer of the two, but surprisingly Grace is less fussed. Yeah, that's exactly what I see. Lena overall is calmer. She's older, much older. She's at least 6 years older, we think. So she's got a little bit more of life behind her, but it doesn't always mean that they're going to be calmer. They could. So one of the most unkind, when we talk about being unfair and unkind to horses, I believe the most unfair. I mean, there's snow falling everywhere in here. Anyways, unfair and unkind thing to do to a horse is leave them scared. So we as humans are higher thinkers in this regard, and we can address these problems. We can recognize that it's a problem. We can troubleshoot and think on and critically think on how we can resolve the problem. So I think it's super unfair to leave them scared, leave them worried. So I believe that Lena has a little bit more of that baggage. No pun intended for all you people calling her fat. But she's got some thoughts in her head. She's pretty sure that being in a place like this is scary, maybe because she was scared in the past, maybe because something happened, and she was left that way. She was left scared. Horses don't really get their own fears out, especially on these man-made situations. So the fairest thing to do and the nicest thing to do is push them through it, reassure them there's just snow falling like crazy. It's good. Yes, you're being very good. You're a good girl. Get down. Good girl. And so that's the fairest and nicest thing we can do for them, I think. So, yes. So she won't have as much baggage. She's kind of just hung around with a couple other horses in her life other than coming here. Now she's with a bunch. Snow just fell. It's all over the place. Yeah, I know. And so she'll have less baggage, so she'll be more prepared because I've prepared her. Whereas Lena may have more baggage, but she'll be a lot calmer in a lot of other situations, and a little bit more grounded in normal situations. If a horse is losing his ever-loving mind, how long do you stick with that moment? As long as it takes to bring them down. I mean, if you can control the situation, if you can control, if I'm banging on the wall and she's just losing it, then I'll probably stop banging on the wall that loud. But I'll probably still tippy tap, 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 tap kind of idea. And I'll draw like that. And if she comes, you stop there. You say, good for you. Thanks for listening. I know you're so freaky about your top of your head, but she's getting better. Yeah, you stick with it as long as you can. Get them out of that. Be fair on them to get rid of that fear and that worry and that concern. Right? You're a good girl. So that's the nicest and fairest thing we can do for them. But don't risk your safety for it. If you're gonna get pulled around and dragged into something, or the horse is gonna get hurt, then you've done too much. You're trying to fill too big of a gap. You want to fill a smaller gap. So probably do something else if you can help it. Situation by situation. Yes, well done, Gracie. I'm working my way upwards, not downwards, so everybody's saying good morning and stuff. How long should a training session be? Anywhere from 1 minute, even 30 seconds, to, you could go for hours. If you watch the horses play, they'll play for hours. They'll hang out with each other for hours. It depends on what you're doing. Training can be anything. Break things up a little. Don't just try to hammer out one thing. Do a little bit of something. So what I'm doing in here is I'm going to work on the walls. I'm going to work on the tarp. I'm going to work on her groundwork. I'm going to work on her backing up. I'm going to work on her staying. I'm going to work on her head coming down. So you've got a variety of things that you can kind of do. Training sessions can last for hours if you so choose. I mean, it's cold, so I don't know, if I'd really do it for that long. Geldings and mares in heat can still perform? Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, yes. The question on Springer and Gracie's play date. Springer started to drop. Very, very normal. Back up. Stay over there. Her head's getting a little high. She's getting a little worried. She sees the dog coming down. There's still snow coming down. I haven't really been paying attention to her. So I'll pet her. I know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You need to move. She needs to move her feet a little. I'll answer this one last question and I'm going to get on with things. Oh, YouTube finally crashed. That's not bad. 45 minutes. 45 minutes in. Usually crashes after 12 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes. Anyhow. Yeah, totally normal for a gelding to drop like that when he's hanging around with a girl he likes. Or just being relaxed. They can do that around humans. You brush them and get them really calm. They'll just drop, and which is a great opportunity for sheath cleaning and stuff. We'll talk about that another time. I did a whole video about that. It's the most popular video on this channel. But you really do want them to be super relaxed and calm about stuff. So, okay, we got to get on with stuff. She needs to move her feet a little. I need to move my feet a little. Back up. Good girl. Oh, geez. Gotta be washing my sweater again. Okay, we're gonna get on with tarp stuff now. There is snow coming down. I might do a little bit more with the walls, but I really want to get her going more with the tarp stuff. We've done a bunch. I think she's gonna be pretty good, but we'll see. Okay, come on there, basket case. What do you think? Don't do that. Back up. Come on. Wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Go. Well, go to the other side of the tarp then. Come on. No, no, no. No, don't go over it. Go around. Good girl. Yeah. Here you go. Go. Come on. Turn. Other way. Come on. Come on. Good. Go, 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 go. Come on. Go. That's cool. Come on. You're going to make it. Wow. Good girl. It's just a turn. Come on. I know. Who's the big girl? Good. Other way. Come on. I know. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay, okay. Here. Yeah. Come. A little more. Other way. You suck at this one. Come on. Come on. Good. Other way. Yep. Pretty good. That's too close. It's dangerous. Don't do that. Ready? Go. Other way. Other way. Get out there. Not another one. Okay. Come with me. Back up. No way. Too many poops. Hey, on. One more over here. We need to go over here. Snow everywhere. Okay, come on. Wait, attention. Hey, here we go. Okay, on that side. Now it may appear that I'm just walking around picking up poops, but I got to tell you, there's no moment of time that you're with a horse that you're not teaching them something. So with the snow coming down, I'm just kind of relaxed and kind of going about just cleaning up poops, and she has to come with me the whole time. So now it doesn't look like anything different than when we're in the paddocks. So all of these things matter. They all matter. Everything counts. Every minute, every second. All right. So let's get on with more tarp work. Too many poops in here. I don't want the arena I don't want all the manure mashed into the sand. So we take a short break and clean things up. Going to do a little bit more with her, but so far she's doing really well. That tarp work was great. Come on. Come on, go ahead. I know, it's scared. It's scared. Come on. Good girl. Come here. Yeah. You should have a poop right now. Okay, keep going. Okay, keep walking. Keep walking. Hey, pay attention. Don't worry about the walls. Don't worry about the walls. I know. Come on. Good girl. Yeah, you did really well. I hope you guys heard that. I mean, I'd say about half the snow fell off. That's nuts. If she had totally lost it, I would not have, I would have completely forgiven her for, that was, let's keep going. Come on, big girl. You're doing great. Oh, man. You're so good. Hey, but don't tune out when I'm talking. Pay attention. Pay attention. You're okay. Yeah, you're doing really well. Okay, keep moving. Come on. No. Go, walk, 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 walk. Not with your nose out. No, move. Okay, come this way. I'll go closer to the camera anyways. Show everybody what you're up to. Okay, walk. Not like that. See, she goes wide that way and close this way because the wall's there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Okay. Other way. Yeah, we gotta work both eyes. Come on. You kind of go that way. Yeah, it's a big deal. There's snow. Come on, keep walking. Walk, 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 walk. 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 Yes, you're fine. Come on. Good girl. Don't know when YouTube died, but sorry about that. I try to pay attention when I can. Anyways, got to pay attention to the horse first. Snow's falling everywhere. It's an awesome opportunity to train. I love it. Combined with the fact that she's really sticking with this. She's worried. I'm okay with that. But she's a big girl. Okay, back up. Back up. Back up. Okay, let's keep going around. Okay, come here. I'd like to step on that. Yeah, if you're on poop. Okay, ready? Hey, you're okay. You're okay. Slow down, back up. Back up. It's too close. Freaking me out. So, you're on the wrong side. Other side. Other side. Good. Way better than Lena. Way better. I'm very proud of her. She really stuck with it, even when I really upped it and didn't stop. And we had to keep on walking along and walking along and walking along. Don't dig. Yeah. She's a little agitated, so we're going to see if we can't calm down a little. Hey, throughout the whole process, stop. I get it. Hey? So throughout this whole process, she's really stuck close. You know, if I could report this to YouTube that it crashes so often. But I think we're getting pretty close to where I would call this the limit of where we need to be. You know, if I can do this while snow is falling and she's not going to try to race away, she's not going to try to come into me. I mean, there's just snow falling everywhere. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is constant. You know, she's a little better with her head already. Oh. I know, it's a big deal. Head down. She comes back quickly. I would say this is a huge success. And for everybody that was asking, how would Gracie do in a situation like this? Today is the perfect day to try to make that happen. You know, she's worried, but she's got her head low. She's stuck with me. I'm going to continue to try to get her to be calm about. Now I'm asking for her head down right now. I'm asking there. That's hard work, you know. It takes a lot of trust, a lot of, you know, making sure in her own head, is this a good idea? Can I do this? Am I going to live? So we're working with their brain a lot, you know. I have a lot of people that ask about, you know, for a horse that's pretty hot or worried or running around and stuff and doing crazy things, do you need to, you know, should you exercise them? Should you, you know, go push them around a lot? And the answer is no. I think we're going to put her back here shortly, but I want to do one more thing because I don't want her to leave on something so jittery like that. So I'm hoping to get out of here under a controlled situation of hitting the walls. So I'm going to just flip you guys over this way because there's more snow on these walls than the other walls. And then we'll take a walk back and put her away. Come here. Wow. That's a freaky situation, but you really stuck it out. You know, I'm impressed. Okay, so let's get this done before the snow continues to worry her. She's kind of worried, and I'm okay with it. Come here, come on. Okay, ready? Good girl. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Now, back up. Back up. I mean, it's fascinating to watch, to be honest. As the snow slowly makes it down. But you know, she's really stuck with it. You gonna be okay? Hey? I know. Yeah. Okay, one more time. Ready? Here we go. That's an umbrella. You're not good with umbrellas yet. Leave it alone. You dork. Okay, ready? One more time. I know. There's snow everywhere. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to get used to it. In time, this won't be an issue. This will all go away. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. As long as no more snow falls. So much for that. Good. Pay attention. Her recovery time is exceptional. Back up. In my opinion, I think that she recovers really well from stop and back up. Back up. We'll leave on my terms. Now, if you were ever riding a horse that was doing this kind of thing and you weren't in control, I gotta put you guys down for a second. Back up. Back. Stay over there. Hey. Stay there. Back up. So we got to stick it out a little bit more. I wanted to end it, but I can't. I'll put you guys back here for a minute. Come. Go around. Stop. Run the other way. Good. Back up. Back up. She's got to go where I ask her to put her feet. Riding, walking, any situation, we got to keep practicing. And I get all these great opportunities to reassure her. It's just gold. It's an opportunity of gold. If you can put up with it. Back up a little more. Come here. I know. It's a big deal. It's freaky. I know, it's more back up. You're too close. Okay. So it's imprecise. This groundwork at the moment is imprecise. She's not. Back up. Back up. There. Stay there. Stay. People ask me all the time, well, my horse fidgets all the time. Yeah? Well, this is how you fix it. You get really, really consistent. It is snowing like crazy. Hey, back up. Super consistent. Back up. It means a lot to the horse when you can really back up. And the other thing about it is that you have to be bigger than whatever it is that's worrying them. So if you're freaking them out because of a situation that you've put them in or they're in, they should listen at all costs. Okay, you go through first. Good girl. All right, let's go back. Come on. Here's Luke. Don't worry about him. We're going through the arena. So a little conclusion. Everybody's, you're on the wrong side. I'm going to lead her up on the side that she's not as good on. I'm okay with that. I think it's a good idea. Stay that way. And if it takes a little time to get back, it takes a little time to get back. I'll take my time. I'll go slow. I'll make sure she's with me. When I stop, she stops. We'll go a little. We'll stop. Does she listen? Yes. This is what ends the exercise. And I don't really show this stuff because I don't drag the camera with me when I'm going back to put them back. But this is what I'll do. if I've taken them from a situation, and it's almost always this type of situation, where I freaked them out and got them worried, I'll bring them back slowly and I'll lead them on their bad side, or their weaker side, or the side that they'd like to keep safety on. That's another way to put it. God, it is really snowing. I'd like to go quicker, but I know that it's better to go slower. Ugh. Really hey! So she's wrapped around me. Move over. Move over. Hey, where are you going? Wrong way. There, stay. So something like that. Anyways, I got to put you guys down for a second because I'm getting a little imprecise, but I'm going to come right back. So I'm going to leave you guys to here. Watch me walk back, but I'm going to leave us here. Snow's still coming down, dogs barking. Go the other way. Okay, I gotta go get my jacket. Let's chitty chat about what happened, and then I'll answer some questions. So she's put back, calm. The end of the exercise was very, essentially the end of the exercise becomes what they remember. So sometimes if you put them back and they're really afraid, or they get really, they're still worked up or jacked up, you can kind of leave them in a position of fear that sort of sticks there a little bit. But we come out of here, we have a nice slow walk back that is precise, you know. I go, she goes. I stop, she stops. The snow's still coming down. You know, I should probably work on Luke. He doesn't seem to be handling this so well. Look at him racing around. What's up, buddy? I didn't bring a halter with me, so maybe later. You know, but there's a lot of snow up there still to go. Anyways, so let's talk quickly again. Get out of the snow. Okay, so conclusion on all this. I'll sit over here. Whew, that's a whiteout, isn't it? Okay, that's not going to do at all. I'll hang out over here. The conclusion of all of it. What a great opportunity to work on something that you know is going to freak your horse out. And there's many, many situations like this. You can work with your horse in, you know, Mother Nature brings out a lot of stuff. Rain, wind, in this case, snow. And you can have it to be a safe place for the horse with you. As long as you stay calm, as long as you stay sort of collected and with them. And heavy snow. I'm glad it's falling off, to be honest. I'm glad it's coming off. And it's pretty hard on them when you bring out these scary situations. Now, she's not, she's worried, but you can tell when a horse is overly worried, they'll start to really sweat. They'll be really looking to escape. They won't stick with you at all. The really scared ones, the really worried ones will, they'll just straight leave. Their feet won't move. That'll be another thing. They'll either be racing or they'll be stuck. And if you have a decent line of communication with the horse throughout these times, you can generally kind of keep it up. You can keep on going. Reading them though and feeling for whether or not they're gonna lose it. And that takes time and practice, and it's horse by horse. Like I said, some training sessions can be a minute, 30 seconds. And some, we went over an hour, not as long as Lena. I felt like she'd had enough. There's enough to be had and enough proof that the next time I do this, she'd probably be even better. I could probably get more done. It doesn't mean that it doesn't freak her out. It doesn't mean that, I'm not sort of pushing a horse around and guiding them around in a situation that is uncomfortable for them and making them unhappy. But the goal is to get it to where they can handle this. And that'll just make everything else safer for other things that happen, other things that freak them out. This will translate into something, hopefully, that one day could be so much bigger, will be a lot smaller because of this. That's why I say it's a really great opportunity to have this kind of thing happen, where it snows, but it's kind of wet snow and it's heavy snow, and pretty soon it's going to start to fall off and it's going to make loud noises. And we work through it. We keep going until it settles, until it stops. It's still going. So that's good. Looks like the snow is slowing down a little. Man, it is really coming down. Put my jacket on and let's answer a couple of questions if there's any out there. You guys have, ones who have asked, have stuck around long enough to, you know what would be easier? I'm going to grab my other phone. That way I can sort of step back. I don't have to be poking at the screen. Still coming down. Okay, so I'm going to head to the top. I'll work my way down and get through all these comments and questions. Zane says hi. Hi, Zane. Carla says, love your patience. Thank you. Yes, I mean, the most important thing when working with horses is to be patient. You must be patient with them. And there's going to be times when you're going to lose that patience. I do. Everybody does. Where you're just like, look, and stop. But you must, if you've got to ramp up, you better ramp down as fast as you ramped up, because they're going to respond to that. So, there's a point where you can sort of lose that patience a bit safely. And when they respond, because they will, horses will respond to frustration and anger. You've got to come back down as fast as you went up. Sue says, I love that horse. Yeah, Gracie's really cool. She's a super smart horse. Really, really doing well. Hi, Debbie, if you're still here, saying hi to me. Oh, God. Okay, back to the top. Caught the live stream. It's good. Snowing like crazy. Yes, it is. Gracie's handling the snow pretty good. But as it ramps up, I mean, this was way back in the beginning of the live stream. As it ramps up, it's hard. The lead barely gets taught. She doesn't still want to leave even under stress. It's true. There's some horses will become pretty dull or impervious to pulling and stuff. And the ones that pull back under pressure are the biggest concerns. The ones that come, you know, they don't pull back into the pressure or pull out, you know, whatever way they're going. They're not trying to go into the pressure of the gear. They're trying to evade the pressure by giving or, you know, hopefully drawing, because you really want to do everything by draw. So if your lead rope and stuff like that doesn't get taut and you're just pulling and that rope just still has that slack in it, you've got draw, and that's what you want. Already answered the Gracie and Springer question. Geldings and mares and heat can still perform. Yeah, I mean, geldings sort of don't go into that, but mares will. They can still do things. They can still listen. It doesn't mean that they should stop listening. Making that excuse for them, it can almost be dangerous. You can kind of have a lower bar. You don't want that. Everybody's saying really good things about Gracie. Thank you. Yeah, she's an amazing horse. Very smart. Very smart. So yeah, I answered the question about if a horse is losing its mind. What do you do? Stick with it as long as you can, as long as it's safe. Bring them back. If you're losing it, if you find yourself losing your patience and you're losing energy, desire, the feeling of safety, things like that, then just stop. You know, don't worry. You can get back to it. I always say this: you can fix a horse, you can wreck a horse, you can fix them again and wreck them again. There's no end point. There's no this is it. This is all that's going to be, and that's why we're constantly sort of working with them. Lena's wandering around. What an interesting question. TP and W, can you press on frog with your thumb to see if sensitive? Oh, I know. You might have said that while I was talking about her feet. Yes, if a frog is soft and thrushy and stuff like that, and if you press on it and they indicate pain, you can do that. But I think, you know, you'd probably see it. Thrushy and bad frogs are pretty obvious with the eye. Pressing on it can just exasperate things and make them a little bit sore to hold the feet up for you. So something about. Yeah, everybody loves Gracie. That's nice. The tarp stuff, I've done lots of tarp stuff with her in the past. Not lots, but a reasonable amount. An amount that where I left her in a position where she's good. You know, she didn't leave the tarp in a bad place. So coming back to it, I was quite confident she'd do pretty good. So that's where she's at. Geez, I'm scared. It is. It's, you know, it's scary. I'm not going to lie. When you're working with horses and they're running around and they're doing crazy things and they look like they're going to run you over. They look like they're going to rear up. They look like they're going to strike or kick or bite or try to get away. It is naturally scary. So you have to find a way to get used to that. You have to find a way to be confident and patient and kind and always looking for the break to reassure them. Because the better you can do that and make them feel safe and good, the faster it all goes away. So everybody feels better. Yes, Danielle, it's true. The snow falling off is a great opportunity to practice. Well handled. Thank you. I don't know when that was. It was probably when she was going nuts when all the snow was coming off. It's it comes from putting yourself in a position. And I'm not saying go ahead and put yourself in scary positions, but as you sort of ramp up if you're working with your horse or somebody's horse or something like that, as you go ramp up things and and be around that kind of stuff where, if you think about it, you're also controlling the situation. It's a controlled place. And so that can only build your own confidence. And so when I go to do things, to me, I'm pretty alert and I'm watching everything. But at the same time, it's like, all right, you make it, you're fine. You know, it's okay. And then they just sort of do. Yeah, a lot of stimuli. Gracie, I don't know if she's tiny for an Arab. This is back at 11:30, so I'm still half an hour ago in the comments. She's kind of small for an Arab, but I don't know if she's tiny. I wish she would get a little bigger, but she's a pretty good looking horse. Yes, good catch. When you're working with noisy things like the walls or the tarps and stuff like that, if you can draw them towards you while that's happening, and I was going to mention one more thing for safety, especially if you're doing, say, something that's controlled like the tarp. Rather than have, the danger here, the horse here, and you here, you want the danger here, you here, the horse here. Because if they think that the danger is more dangerous than you, which is very highly likely, they'll just run you over. So every opportunity you get to make sure that, so when I'm doing it, I'm not placing her right beside the wall. The wall's here, I'm here, horse is here. And I draw towards the problem. So great, Gibson, great observation there. She drew. So, Danielle's left. She's got to get going. Would Gracie make a good kid's horse? One day. Yep. Gracie's doing great, Mr. Unknown. She, as you saw, and you'll be able to see YouTube records all this so you can view it later. She did great. Really good horse. Really good. Yeah, she is calmer. She's calmer than Lena for this stuff. So now you guys know. So everybody that asked, what would Gracie do compared to Lena? Well, now you know. So, maybe I'll try Luke next time. Maybe I'll bring in Luke or Vinny, or I think Macaroni would probably, he might do the worst. I don't know. I make the horse training look so easy and controlled. She's going to make a great mare. Absolutely, she's going to be amazing. She already is. Easy and relaxed is what the horse is going to pick up on. So even though maybe my heart's beating a little bit faster and I don't show it, when she's freaking out a lot, any horses, especially the bigger ones, it's intimidating. That's normal. So, when you see these trainers out, doing clinics and stuff like that, and they've got some horse freaking out, the honest ones will tell you it's scary. They're big animals. And I would say anybody with any experience has also discovered that horses will run them over, and they have been run over or kicked or bit. Hopefully not that, but getting run over is kind of common. So much snow. Go away, winter. Okay. Yes, the head up and down stuff is oh no. Really good. You really want to get your horse to where it's just finger touch to get them to put their head down, and you can lift it back up. I mean, it should literally just be like a hydraulic system where you can pick their head up and it'll stay, put it down a little, it'll stay. It's kind of fun too. So let's see, lost my spot, head up and down immediately. Yeah, especially once I've been through a bunch of stuff. So as I've said, and I say many times to people, the stuff that you do someplace in their life here is going to translate to here, is going to translate to here, and you just continue to sort of build up your success and their growth and their learning. That's very rewarding. Very cool. Your horse may have run for the hills, S. Gibson. You never know. You might make it through. So let's see. We're all over here having heart palpitations. She's making it seem like it's not a walk in the park for the poor horsey. She was really worried. And those are the times that I actually feel sad and I feel worried for them, and I feel I feel sort of sorry for them. Horses that are left in positions of being fearful of stuff, you just want to kind of go in and just fix it. You know, don't worry about that tarp on the ground. It's just a piece of plastic. It's cool. You're good. And then they get past it, and then now tarps are nothing. They play with them, pick them up, tear them into little tiny pieces, and then you're pissed off that you don't have a tarp anymore because your horse tore it up into tiny little pieces, and you got to go buy another one. Trinidadiana, you're an amazing. Thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know. I try to be humble. It's so you don't spear your horse with a sword. What was that one for? Why people get on? I don't know what you're talking about. Is that the get on the horse thing when you get on the left side? Is it noisy? It probably is. Round of applause. Thank you very kindly. Yeah, I'm mounting on one side of the horse. Yeah, it's true. They have their sword on this side. Out comes the sword. I do have something that I want to announce soon. I got to get on with it, but it has something to do with that. I've got an idea, and I think it'll be fun. Okay. You love how I say chitty chat? Horses chitty chat all the time. You know. It's that constant sort of communication, talk, 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 talk kind of thing. And there's another guy on YouTube called Ross Jacobs, if you haven't seen him already or know of him. He has a video called Being with the Horses in Constant Communication. And I agree 100% with that. I think that's great. It's true. The horses in paddocks are benefiting from the falling snow. Yeah, some. They get used to the sound of it. It's like driving your car by all the time, or a big truck, or some horses are afraid of the gator, and you drive by and they just lose it, and they go to the far side of the paddock, and they look like they're going to jump over the fence and stuff like that. But as time goes on, it gets better. So, but it's not a proactive way, or it's not it's a passive way to train, and I'm not a big fan of passive training. In some cases it works, but sooner or later you got to get in there. And if I was going to work with the gator, or even in here, you bring them in and you work them, and you do something else while you're doing that scary thing. And then it's not scary anymore, as long as you get them through it. Thank you for sharing and giving us hope. You're very welcome. I think it's great. You know, if I can move the needle a little bit in the horse world for people that are a little bit worried or wonder if this stuff can be done, I think that's awesome. It's rewarding. And I like teaching, so it's good for me. Zeus, come here. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? You should come out of the snow at least. Can you crawl through? Zeus is here. Come on. Right there. Come, Zeus. Come. Well, go through the gate then or something. Go over there. Come on. Gonna have to make a dog door or something. Zeus, go through the gate. Go over there. Forget it. Okay. Meant to detect a hidden abscess. I think I'm catching up on my comments. Oh, I missed one there. We were surprised because she seems to always be edgy. Yeah, Gracie's an edgy horse. It's true. I believe it comes from being just super smart. And that, come here, Zeus. Come here. Come on, you made it all the way to the gate. Come on. Over here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Good. Oh, who's a bit? Oh, you're all wet. Ah. Okay, stay. Ugh, he's all wet. I just pet him and my whole hand is just sopping wet. Okay, come here, buddy. we're almost in the frame. Okay, come on. Stay close, relax. I know, you're a good boy. Yeah, it's true. Gracie is pretty edgy sometimes, but she's getting better. She's progressing and stopped being so edgy. All right, let's see. Meant to detect hidden abscesses. Abscesses are a big deal. Pressing on the frog doesn't mean you're going to find an abscess, mainly because abscesses generally don't live underneath the frog. They'll usually live a lot closer to the walls of the hoof, generally. Hidden abscesses do fester. Maybe it wouldn't grow out. It's true. Sometimes you have to, reset parts of the hoof walls, the bars primarily, and then things can grow out. So, training sessions are gold. Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, Zeus has got a lot to say. So, okay, it looks like I've got through most of, if not all of the questions. If there was anything left, put it up now, because I'm going to quit for now. I'm going to go and take a break, warm up my hands. They're a little chilly. But the conclusion, I'll probably do another conclusion from today. I did horsey check already, and I've probably got some more thoughts that are going to roll around in my head that I'm going to need to get out. But overall, I mean, these kinds of things are really important for your horse to push them past stuff. Sometimes you just got to go a little beyond. But don't do it if you don't feel safe. Stay, from getting hurt with your horse. It's a big deal. We all want to go back home in one piece in the same vehicle that we showed up in. So hopefully that helps you guys. Again, it's a live video because I really want it to be just raw and sort of uncut on what happens when you're working with horse training sessions. They look a lot like this. I'd probably get it done a little bit more efficiently if I wasn't trying to talk, but this would be no different if I was running a clinic or somewhere. I had a bunch of people here. I'd still be teaching the same kind of thing. I'd still stop, take a break, and talk about what's going on. And give you an idea of sort of what's rolling around in my brain to get this done. So patience, time, consistency, they all matter here. So I'm gonna end it there. Go get something warm to drink. And thank you everybody for so many nice words and kind words and encouragement, that you like seeing this kind of work. I'll definitely be doing lots more. We got lots of things to do here. Summer's coming, so hopefully we'll be able to get out into the trails and go into the parks and stuff like that and talk about trail riding, because that's what it comes down to for me. I really enjoy that part. But all of this stuff will make a difference when that day comes. So exciting times. It's good. So yeah, so thanks everybody for coming in and watching. Just check. Look at that crazy horse because it reared up all of a sudden. It was really deep hidden abscess. Oh, I see. Okay, really quickly talking about foot problems then before I go. Yes, the Wi-Fi is working awesome. It's a straight path to the house from this corner, and I think actually this thing here helps sort of gather in the Wi-Fi. As for feet, yes, if a horse is having a lot of trouble with their feet, they can easily show signs of fear because they're too busy trying to pay attention to the fact that their feet hurt. So horses who do have abscesses, if you were to have some kind of sore on your foot and you're walking along and you happen to step on a rock that happens to poke that sore, you're going to react pretty weird too. You go, "Oh, what is that? Oh, my foot!" And you will be able to verbalize that. Whereas the horse wouldn't, and some humans just don't catch that. They don't wonder, hey, is there something wrong with your foot or whatever? But there's more and more that do, so I'm not trying to say anything bad. And then, they'll overreact, and then the human will overreact, and then boom, you're gone. So good points about abscesses. Pay attention to your horse's feet. We'll talk about that again soon too. Anyways, it's sunny in Orlando in the 80s. Oh yeah, thanks. Cool. Well, it's not here. It's cold and wintry and wet. Okay, we're gonna end that here. Thanks, everybody. I will see you guys again. Yes, the lighting is actually excellent in here. I don't even have the lights on. Usually that thing, oh, there. There's 3 of them in here. Usually I'd have them on if it was sort of later in the day, but in the middle of the day it's bright, and all the light from the snow is kind of coming in too. Northern Ireland. Oh, I forgot that's where you were. Yeah, beautiful place. Must be snowy there as well. I'd expect cold at least. So anyhow, okay, let's end that there, guys. Thank you. Thanks for coming in and watching. Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys again